Hello and welcome to the Texas Triffid Ranch, Dallas's pretty much only carnivorous plant gallery. Today we're going to have a little discussion on Venus flytraps and being able to use Venus flytraps for insect control. I regularly get queries from people who want to go ahead and buy a Venus flytrap to go ahead and control the bugs in their house, bugs in their immediate area, bugs in the general time zone. And today is a matter of going ahead and explaining how flytraps really aren't going to work that well for control, especially for a lot of your typical pest insects. Now, as you can see here, we've got a fairly good sized, more advanced Venus flytrap. It has a combination of its winter leaves down here along the bottom, and then the summer leaves, which come on up here that stretch on out. When the flytrap goes dormant over the winter, those summer leaves will gradually die back and die off. They only pretty much produce them during the peak growing seasons. Now, you'll also see over here on the lower portion, you'll see one of the traps here that's sort of convex and is starting to brown off. This is one of the older traps that's dying. Once an individual trap either has been set off more than about 5 times, or it just happens to get old, it locks in place. It's now purely a photosynthetic leaf, and there's no force on earth that'll go ahead and get that trap to close ever again. All the other ones that you see in here potentially could go ahead and be captured. There's also one over here right to this side that is in the process of getting ready to open, that as the traps grow, they will go ahead and stay open like that, will gradually pop free. And then, like for instance, with this one over here, let's go ahead and swing this around here so you have a better look. This one right up here on the right is one that's in the process of opening. Over the next couple of days, it'll go ahead and open up, and you'll actually go ahead and see it start to attract prey. Now, I have the scale over here, and this is a matter of that inches on the left, centimeters on the side, to go ahead and show exactly how small a typical flytrap is. So it's a matter of with people that ask, okay, do you have anything that'll go ahead and handle big horseflies? Well, unfortunately, they won't. These flytraps will not attract big horseflies because big horseflies are predominantly feeding off of blood. They're not feeding off of nectar. They will go ahead and catch houseflies, which is why they're called flytraps. Now, also, a lot of people will ask, okay, well, I have a problem with fleas in my house. I want to go ahead and buy a flytrap to deal with the fleas. Well, part of the reason why I've got the scale here is to note that there's a certain size of prey that a flytrap will capture. That in this case, it's a matter of that it's set for something roughly housefly size. Carpenter ants can get caught in these in the wild. Small jumping spiders can be caught by these in the wild. They are far too big, and the sensory hairs are spread too far apart to go ahead and attract fleas, or to capture fleas. They also will not actually attract fleas. So in this case, you can go ahead and buy one to go ahead and deal with a flea problem in your house, but it's never actually going to catch anything. And as far as general insect control in general is concerned, the reality of it is, as you can see, there are only a limited number of traps here, and most of these are no longer actually able to capture prey. They're right now just pure, the older ones, the grungier ones down here on the bottom, are ones left over from the beginning of the season. These are now purely photosynthetic leaves. They will not, they will lock open, and they will not actually be able to catch prey in the future. So you only have a limited number of traps that will go ahead and capture prey. I hope this goes ahead and explains a little bit of the situation here. It's a matter of flytraps are very neat plants, they're very interesting plants, but if you're buying one solely as insect control, well, unfortunately, you're going to be disappointed by it, because there's only a very limited size that these will catch. And realistically, if you have a major housefly problem in your house, in your yard, then you honestly need something other than a flytrap to go ahead and deal with it. Now, they also will not catch, as pointed out, they won't catch fleas. They will not catch mosquitoes easily. You pretty much have to go ahead and drop one in, and even if you do, it's a matter of that, well, you're looking at the hundreds of others that are going to try to feed on you. So go ahead. There are plenty of other options to deal with flies, mosquitoes, other insects in your house. But just understand that while carnivorous plants are great plants all in their own right, they will not go ahead and take care of your insect problem in the area. We're about 400 million years too late to go ahead and get control on insects in that way. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Please feel free to go ahead and subscribe if you find this to be interesting, and I will talk to you later.